Good afternoon and thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky, everyone. How are we?
Well, doing great. Excited about this weekend.
It is, of course, the Friday before New Year's Eve, everyone. Last show of the year. How are you? You were about to bang the table.
I was, and I stopped myself.
She's excited.
Lisa's under strict instructions to stop banging the table because she gets carried away.
We all do. It was a wild show.
I get excited about the show and about
Stop
the topics
banging the
and all
table.
that.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
So you're.
I just wanted to so badly. Oh, it's so hard.
What are you planning on doing?
We are going up to Ohio to visit family and just hang out with them.
It's supposed to be really cold in Ohio.
I know.
Ohio. I always had trouble saying Ohio.
Ohio.
Well,
Yeah. Well, if it's it's going to be 21 degrees here on Sunday. Is that right?
Evening.
so
So
cold.
up in Ohio, it's usually about
Sunday.
5 to 10 degrees colder up in Ohio, where I'm
Wow.
from, northern
That
Ohio.
wind.
So yeah, it'll be chilly, chilly, chilly.
What about you? You said you were going away.
Yeah, we might go to Pittsburgh. We're trying to figure out,
Is that a big drive?
it's about 5 hours.
Yeah.
Going
Okay.
up with a crew of,
That's not too bad.
to Pittsburgh, yeah. One of our buddies is up there. It could get a little wild.
You think so?
Just saying.
Like what? Like what do you
You
mean?
know,
like
well-
out clubbing all night?
No, well, he's having a big party at his house.
Oh, well, you won't be going out clubbing.
But this is a crew that likes to dance.
Oh.
So just watch out. I'll send you guys some videos.
I'm
sure you
sure we will see them on Facebook Live for sure. Hey, I hope you've set your little, what do you call them? New Year's resolutions that you'll break by the 5th of January. Because I don't know, how do you guys feel about New Year's resolutions? It's not a big deal for me.
It's not really for me either, and I never keep them when I do make them,
Yeah.
quite honestly.
I think it's just nice to talk about it.
You both need to check it and let's
you?
get some yes,
Really?
I love it. New
Okay,
year, new
give me
Dave.
your top two.
Okay, so my number one is I want to get financially sound this year with my businesses, growth in that perspective, and then personally, trying to become a little bit more spiritual.
Oh, very nice.
That's right. That's right, TT. That's how I roll. New Dave.
I did make a New Year's resolution, 3 years ago? Something like that.
You're
And
still
I'm
trying
still
to get
working
to
on
it?
it. Yeah, I'm still working
That's
on that
right.
one. I wanted to run a 3-mile marathon.
Hey, well, there's
This
a
is the
three-way
We've got the
three-way
5K.
coming
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
But I think that's
Perfect.
5 miles.
Well, no, I don't know. We'll find out. won't
Yeah.
we?
You should get Katie to train you.
I know.
She
she's
likes
really
likes
good.
to go on a shuffle.
She she is amazing though. She does. She does these
I know.
26-mile runs. God, I love her.
Unbelievable.
Well, I think that was a little. That you added the 6 on the 2.
What? No,
Does
Katie
she do
does
26
marathon.
miles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's a runner.
me.
Yeah, I know.
I better not bag her out too much. She's back on Tuesday.
Yeah.
She
We
might
need to go-
slap me.
We need to go cheer her on sometime when she's doing one of these marathons.
Good girl.
Stand on the
Hey, Katie,
sideline
You go for it.
with our pom poms.
You go for it.
Yeah, you
Hey,
go too.
yes, we talked very briefly about a few weeks ago about this gay couple that had their wedding cake refused to be made by a bakery. Well,
huge.
and what? No, I'm going to say this wrong again. What's
The
what-
appellate?
No, the city.
Oh, in Kansas. It's in Arkansas.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Arkansas. The appellate court Thursday upheld a penalty against an Oregon-based owner who refused to make a cake for a same-sex wedding almost 5 years ago. Now, the owner of the actual bakery since closed, it's Gresham Bakery. Aaron and Melissa Klein argued that State Labor Commissioner Brad Valakan violated state and federal laws by forcing them to pay an emotional distress damages of $135,000 to the lesbian couple Rachel and Lauren. Now, the lawyers said Avakan and the State Bureau of Labor and Industries violated the Klein's rights to artistic freedom of speech, their rights to religious freedom, and their rights as dependents to a due process. So this is what's going on. Let me break that down. That was a bit of a tongue twister. So the courts basically said that the bakers had to pay $130,000 to this lesbian couple because they refused to bake the cake. The couple that own the bakery said that they had artistic rights. That reason why they didn't want to make the cake.
So it wasn't religious reasons.
So they say.
Okay.
All right. But back in the story in the court documents, he actually talks about, you shouldn't be lying with a man the way you shouldn't be lying with same sex as you do with a woman or a man, and
It's still discrimination.
it's
Yeah.
still, but this is what I find interesting. I think 130,000 is a little bit too much
It's a little intense.
because the bakery is since closed.
Gosh,
And because
yeah.
we talked about this a few weeks ago with the 2 gay guys that didn't have their cake made. And I think to myself, I just wonder, where does it stop? Okay, as I said, being
Yep.
an openly gay guy, I take my money somewhere else. You don't want to bake my cake? See you later.
Yeah.
Do it like
Yes.
I personally don't feel you need to sue that business.
Yeah.
But you know what? I
Yeah.
still, it's still discrimination
Yeah.
to me. And
I
whether
hear you, I hear you.
and whether or not we agree
But you've now
with
put
it
a business
personally-
out of work.
Right, right. And I would, if I was on the flip side, I wouldn't want to do that.
Right.
But I also would want to make it a point that, I'm equal to you. And you should, if you're going to be a public business serving the general public, you need to serve me no matter what sexual, orientation I have.
Well, Troy, and I think it gets into the bullying aspect of like, the bully messes with you, but it's like, who else are they bullying?
Right.
And if somebody doesn't take that stand against them, now I think the 130,000, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
But
I say give them a 2-tier wedding cake and just call it a day.
call it a day.
Get your cake and, go on your way.
I don't know. I just think, sometimes America seems very litigious. And I understand, it's their right and those type of things and it's discrimination. I get that. I really do. Openly gay man. I get it. But I also think, it's pushing it a little bit too far because let me also tell you, a law now has just been passed on this and now I can't find it. Hold on, let me just tell you what that is. I don't know why. It says, actually, it says the state fined the bakers after determining they violated a 2007 Oregon law that protects the rights of gays, lesbians, bisexual, and transgender people in employment, housing, and public accommodation. The law provides an exemption for religious organizations, but does not allow private businesses to discriminate based on sexual orientation.
Yeah.
Because they were also saying they were going to put up a sign saying straights only.
Oh, gosh.
That, I think, is a little bit
Yeah,
scary.
it's terrible. It's,
Yeah. And that's my worry. That's the direction.
Right, if we don't be
if you let
protective.
if you don't make a statement, if you don't make the the stand with this $135,000, I know it's steep, but if they don't make a stand now, then it can continue in that direction. I think.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
I've got to tell you this one because we haven't bought a lotto ticket before. Two waitresses at a Arkansas burger joint are locked in a furious argument after one of the women, ready for this, ran off with a $300,000 lottery ticket which was intended to be split between the pair. Now, Leslie and her Sportsman Drive-In co-worker, Mandy, were gifted the winning ticket as a Christmas bonus from their boss last Friday at the Stuttgart restaurant. Now, the manager, who ironically goes by the name Lucky, okay, gifted the girls and other employees the ticket that was shared between duos. So, let's just say I bought you and David a ticket.
Yes.
One
Which
of you,
would be fine.
am I entitled to a part of the winnings?
Are you?
Because you bought it.
No. Sorry, Troy. We miss you and we love you and we'll send you lots of, pictures.
And I make sure you
Interesting.
put the ticket in my hand, please.
Interesting.
Sorry,
Did you see
David.
how money broke us up? Boom. Lisa
like
and I,
that.
she was like, I'll take it. I'll never see her again.
So, are you saying you wouldn't buy someone a lotto ticket?
No, I love that.
Yeah.
If you bought us a ticket and we won 300,000, we'd probably throw about 10,000 your way. Don't you
Okay.
think, Lisa?
That's
We're
interesting.
pretty
Yeah, I
giving.
think I would.
But Lisa and I'd split it evenly. I'm all about that.
Minus the 10,000 you choose to give to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. I think to myself, I'm entitled to a third of that.
But it was a gift
Troy,
to
that
us.
was a gift.
I know, but tell us what you think. I think, I understand if it was a gift, but, I have a lady that lives in my house in Australia.
Yeah.
And she will send me gifts of scratchies or something like that. But she'll send me $100 scratchies. By the time I get to the end of the 100,
You
there's
have
no
arthritis.
coin left to scratch it off.
It was just a mess.
But if you're giving a gift of, let's say you give us a big chocolate bar for Christmas or whatever, and David and I have to split, do you expect a third of that chocolate bar when you give it to us?
I'd like a good whack on it. I didn't get to this size by not eating, people. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I guess there we have
real.
it. Whatever TT gives, you always have to set aside a third back to him.
Exactly. Well, tell us what you think. Head over to our Facebook page. On both stories, you know, whether you think the bakery is out of line or the you know, the couple are out of line, I don't know. And also this one, very quickly, I want to get to lessons that we've learned, life skills that we've learned, but you know, a couple of things that we could have told our younger selves to make life a little bit easier.
It's one of those things where we're doing a lot of reflecting coming, you know, into the new year. So
well, you are.
Well, yes, yeah, you too. I need to teach a little bit. But right now it's a great time to spend some deliberate, intentional time thinking about the things that are most valuable to you, what's truly important. And that can be a hard thing to do, to face your own truths, to figure out what things you like and what things that you don't. So, you know, don't be afraid of that. Discover that. Build some empathy for your past self. Realize you were where you were at that time and you made the best decision you could. Being a lifelong opportunist, you know, Troy, I think you're a perfect example of that, where you've seen opportunity of changing. And then really understanding what failure means to you, kind of breaking that down, and being, I love this, being a kind person, an honest person, and a loving person.
That's you.
Stop it.
That's you. No, it is. You're a very nice person to be around. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, he really is. Hey, coming up after the break, everyone, our first guest, DJ Rise, has co-headlined with such artists as Kenny Neal and Bosco France. He will grace us with his presence after the break. Yay.